Hey guys, welcome back to the Six Side Calcio podcast. Today will be myself and Danny. The other guys are just at college right now, but they'll be back for the next one. So Danny, you had a up and down week. Obviously, as you all know, Danny's a Napoli fan, so.
Yeah, I think I've been diagnosed with bipolar disease from the season.
Yeah, the first match, obviously, Lecce, Napoli, get into that later on. And obviously, Inter game, big win against them. But yeah, I'm also depressed, so it's not you're not really depressed, but I'm full out depressed because obviously Roma has been horrendous. They've been terrible. And we'll get straight into it right now. Roma-Bologna. I don't know where to start, honestly. This game, I felt like a blur, honestly, when it first started. When I saw Barrow score, I was like, oh, here we go again. And then, I don't know. When Orsolini scored, I still wasn't really too worried, honestly. I still believe we could have won the game, or at least gotten a draw. But that second goal, when Barrow scored, I was like, yeah, it's done. I knew it was done because you can tell from the beginning of the game, right? Fonseca once again goes for the high line, which I can't stand. I don't know why he changed it. It can't be only me, right? Because the first half of the season, I think we had, I know we had Smalling and Mancini, and I think Mancini would drop deeper, or Smalling would. I think one of the two would. I think Smalling, actually. But yeah, one would drop deeper, kind of like a sweeper, and then one would be a little bit more higher up. And it would be a nice line we had there. And it worked for a long time. That's when our defense, one of the best in the league. And then all of a sudden, after Christmas, the line moved up and everything's changed and our mentality's weak. We're lazy. I don't know what's going on, honestly, with this team. There's something. I just can't put my finger on it, but I think it's just a mentality thing. The only positive you can really take is Carlos Perez. He played really, really good when he came in. I really liked him. He almost scored twice. He played well. He got him behind the defense well, and it's good for someone's second game in the Serie A, and also for someone who's very young and hasn't played much this season and previous seasons as well. Other than that, the game was just terrible. I also want to give credit to Bologna. They played a great game. Mihalovic did a great job. His tactics. And yeah, there's not really much else to say about that match, but just me being disappointed in Roma's performance. Now we'll move on to the day after, which is Saturday. And Fiorentina-Atalanta. Danny, what do you think about that match?
It was a good match. Beautiful goal. I had to rewatch the match because there's a lot of emotions and stuff this week, and a lot of stuff as well. I was rewatching the match a couple of days ago, and I just took in how nice the goals were from Chiesa and especially Melosinski. It was a good game overall. It was a typical Fiorentina versus Atalanta game, back and forth actions, a couple nice saves here and there, couple of great attacks, yellow cards everywhere. Atalanta ended up getting the win. It's a big win for Atalanta, especially if they want to stay in the top four and make it to Champions League. Fiorentina, I think they played good, in my opinion, but again, they couldn't get the result. Zapata got the goal off a rebound, so it was nice to see Zapata coming back and getting the goal. That was just a couple of my opinions in the game. I really like the way Atalanta attacks. I don't know if we've said this enough on the podcast, but I feel like Atalanta are probably the best attacking team in Italy, and maybe as the season goes on, maybe they're one of the best attacking teams stat-wise in the world right now. So it's good to see a team that was smaller a couple of years ago becoming the powerhouses they are now.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I completely agree with that. Atalanta is a team that just overwhelms the opposition, and they're a team that you can't really plan for, I guess. I feel like sometimes they don't even know what they're going to do. They just come at you and they press, and they don't leave you alone all match. And I'm really worried about tomorrow's match against them. But we'll talk about that match a little later on. I think Danny hit the nail on the head there. Atalanta dominated. Fiorentina just looked like they tried hanging on there, honestly.
Yeah.
They didn't want to lose this match. But Atalanta overwhelmed them, and they did what they always do to everybody else. They score goals and they win. So.
Yeah, when it was 1-0, you could tell Fiorentina was they weren't trying to go all out for it to get the 3 points. They were trying to hang on. And I give what a goal Maliniski scored. It was a beautiful shot. It wasn't a highlight goal that you could see on Sportsnet, top 10, whatever, but it was a really nice goal. It was a beautiful ball shot to the lower corner. No chance for Dragowski to save it. So
And he's also he's been having a good year too. Even
he's been really good. I can potentially see him start for maybe Poland in the Euros, depending on how Szczesny
I think he's from
the season. Poland,
I think he's from Ukraine, isn't he? Ukraine, I think.
No, I think Poland.
Is it? You can double check, I guess.
Yeah, I'm double checking right now.
All right, so while you double check,
I want to be right because it's. I don't know. It seems bad if we're wrong. Where is it?
But yeah, as he's checking that, I just think that
Poland.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Is he part of Ukraine or something? I don't know. Okay, well, yeah,
no.
Wow.
He's got a sick name.
Sick name. But yeah, he's been having a great season, and he's a player who I think can add a lot of value to a bigger club. I think Fiorentina should try to hang on to him. And he's a difference maker, right? Because that left foot of his is a rocket. He can unleash it at any time, and you can't just try and keep him outside the box, right? Because if you want to keep him outside the box, he'll shoot it from outside. If you want to cut off his shot from the outside, he'll try and dribble past you and get in the box and create problems. And he's also, what are you about to say?
Who are you talking about? Malinowski or Dragos? Sorry, I just got confused. One second. Malinowski, he's a good player. He was good at I think he came from Shakhtar, I want to say.
Did he? I'm not sure. I think you're right.
I know Malinowski. He came from a Ukrainian team. That I know.
Yeah, he came from a Ukrainian team.
I think it was Shakhtar. I want to say Shakhtar, or even not Shakhtar. It was Genk. He came from Belgium, actually.
Oh, Belgium. Okay.
Yeah, I'll double check that. Just sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, like I was saying, he's just a player that I think can make a difference on a lot of teams. And I'm excited to see what he does with his career, right? Because Atalanta obviously have a history of giving away talent, which is not a good thing. But obviously, I think they've done better, right? Because they had Zapata, who was one of the best players last season, and they kept him. Papu Gomez they've kept for quite a while now. And they seem to be building a core, obviously to give away Mancini, but he also, when it came to earning a Champions League spot, Mancini was on the bench like the last 10, 15 games. So
yeah,
they kept their core. They sold a little bit, but they kept their main core, and they're building upon it, which is good. Juricic is someone who is fantastic. He's
better with age. I think he's getting better.
He's like a fine wine.
Yeah,
he's been great.
And to get back to Malinowski, he did play for Shakhtar a few years ago, and he came from Genk. So, fun fact of the day. There you go.
And then he also, you always throw one of those in there.
I have to. I don't know why.
Oh, it says here Malinowski is from Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, Malinowski's from Ukraine. I thought we were talking about Dragowski.
Oh, no. Okay, we got confusing. I was talking about Malinowski. You were talking about Dragowski.
Yeah, I was talking about the goalie of Fiorentina. He can start for Poland.
Yeah, he is Polish, yeah. No, he should, for sure. Because I think that should... Who is their goalie right now anyways? Szczesny? Okay, so then I can see why. But he's a really good keeper, honestly. I really rate him.
It depends. I think if... Okay, maybe they'll start the Szczesny because of Juve.
Yeah. I think Szczesny probably is a better keeper, but Dragowski's not far behind. He's someone...
No, he's up and coming. He's 22, so he's got a lot of time to grow.
And his reflexes are really, really good because sometimes I think the ball's in and all of a sudden he manages to get to it.
He makes a save, yeah. And to get back to Atalanta, you nailed it right on the head when you were talking about the core. They also have a damn good youth team. They got some players that are up and coming for Atalanta. Like, they got a good youth team. I think they're in first place in the Primavera.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Like,
really well.
I don't know. For me, Atalanta has always had, like, a good youth team. But recently, they've been, like, coming along well. If that makes a lot of sense. Like, they've been up and coming lately. Yeah, they're in first place.
Yeah, first place. There you go. Yeah, it's just a good foundation, it's all organized. They know what they are, right? They know what their strengths are. They know, obviously, defense their weakness. But, okay, we don't have the money to really invest on a huge center back right now. So we're just going to overwhelm you with our pressure, and we're going to keep attacking you. And that's what they do, and it works. Most of the time, so.
And that's a lot to their team that they don't, what was the word? They don't buy big players, but they'll buy, say, instead of, like, they have, like, say, 40 million, they won't buy one player worth 30 million and then they have a couple mil left for these smaller players. They'll buy, like, 5 or 6 smaller players, but they know that they fit into their system. like if you look at Atalanta's team, there's not one player that you could maybe unless you watch the Serie A and stuff or whatever. There's not one player you'd be like, oh, I remember this guy. He was phenomenal at this team. They were decent players, but they built in under Gasperini. For me, Gasperini is probably one of the best coaches in Italy, maybe a top 3 coach in Italy.
He handles his talent well, and he develops players. So that's a really good combination to have for a manager. But yeah, moving on from Atalanta, obviously we have to give them the credit because they've been great.
All the Atalanta fans are happy right now. So
Torino Sampdoria, yeah, obviously Torino, what was I going to say, continues to lose. They lost 3-1 to Sampdoria. Wasn't really much to say about this match.
Yeah,
shout out to Simone Verdi. He scored, so then it's interesting.
Every time, it seems like this guy, he'll have one phenomenal game, play the next game, gets injured, and he'll miss like 2 more games. Too bad. He was good for Bologna.
Yeah, he was really good for Bologna. He was a top player in the league, actually.
Yeah.
But, moving on from that match, Verona, Juventus. That was...
Wow.
I really enjoyed watching this game. I really did, because if you watch the entire game overall, even take away the scoreline, just watch the actual game itself, Verona deserved to win the game, 100%.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Even when they were down, they deserved to win this match from start to finish. Obviously, Juve had their chances. They're always going to have their chances. When you spend all that money on your players, you're not going to go a whole game without having a great chance. But with what Verona has, they built a great core. And the last 2 podcasts, I've said it. Juric is one of the best managers in this league, and he should be recognized. Yeah. It seems like ever since I started complimenting him, he's been undefeated.
Yeah.
So,
he's been good.
He's been really good.
I thought he was like 50, 60. No, he's 46.
Yeah, I think he's 44, actually.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, he's young.
He's young, but he looks older. Like, I don't know. It seems like Sadi's younger than him. It looks like Sadi's younger than him.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, but he's been really good.
Maybe it's all the pressure that he's putting on Verona. That's why he's got, like, gray hair. So, all the pressure.
Yeah, maybe it's from his time at Genoa.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think I've done it.
All that stress. Genoa has a new manager every week. But, obviously Verona deserves the credit. Juve has been a team, I really do wish Joe and Francesco were here to speak about this, because obviously they know more than us about Juve.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be a genius to know that their midfield is horrendous. Pjanic is terrible.
I was going to nail it on I was literally going to say, I would say this, but most Juve fans would agree with us. Their midfield is honestly horrible. Like it's coming from me, like a Napoli fan. Our midfield's not that bad, but Juve's is just, it's not a bad midfield. Like, the players are not bad. It's just the way they play. They're horrible. Like, they got no core. There's no core in that midfield.
Yeah, and even the quality of players, right? Because the money they spend, you can't go into a Champions League thinking you're going to win with those players on your team in the midfield. You can't. You're not going to win a Champions League like that. The midfield is one of the most important positions. I think is the most important.
I think for your team should have to win games. You need a balance of this is what you need. A great midfield, a good midfield, one guy that can score, 2 guys that can stop it, and a decent goalie. That's how I feel like a good team is.
Yeah,
and then
it's
they
a good
build
mixture.
on for that.
I just think midfield's the heart of your team, and if your midfield's not going, the rest of your team, they connect the attack to the defense. Without the midfield, it's terrible, right? You have Matuidi, who, I don't know, he looks so awkward when he has the ball. He almost killed the cameraman on the cross.
I should remember that, yeah.
Yeah, he's so awkward. He's not someone. Matuidi is being used wrong as well, right? Because he's someone who's supposed to sit deep in front of the defense. I play 2 central defenders, or not defenders, central defensive mids. Put Matuidi deep and then one a little bit higher up, similar to what Roma do with Veretout and Diawara. And Matuidi should not be anywhere near the attack. I don't want to see him cross half because he's
playing left mid, left back.
He can't dribble, he can't pass. I don't know. But also Pjanic is, he's gone rock bottom.
Yeah, he's lost. It seems like he's lost it too. Even against Napoli, he looked okay, but once he left the game with the injury, the Juve's midfield, they couldn't even straighten 2 passes together.
Yeah, they've just been.
It doesn't help they don't have Chiellini too, because Chiellini is a big factor with that too. Like he's vocal when it comes to like midfielders dropping deep, covering who. Like it's huge. I thought that was a huge loss for them too with Chiellini.
And giving away Emre Can was weird too. I don't know why they did that. He hasn't been playing much, but still.
You signed these guys for free and then they sell them for no problem.
Yeah, some things. I just don't know how it works out. He went for $28 million and barely played.
Yeah,
but that's just another conversation. I just think something's going on there, money laundering. I don't know what it is, but something.
Let me just say something quick. I give Verona credit. They played a phenomenal game. Veroni, you know what? He's pretty good, that kid. Even though he's 28, I still consider him a kid. But he was good. But oh my God, it is Kumbala a special talent, guys. I'm calling you right now. I love watching youth players and stuff. I'm a big youth time person. This kid's special. Like, you could tell he's got that special quality. Hopefully, it's not just a one-season wonder, because when he was against Juve, he was phenomenal. He was all over the pitch. It seemed like he won every ball. Like, every header, he was winning.
He's so good. He scored two, and that, you know what, let's get into that right now as well. Because that was not offside, in my opinion. I know the rules, you can't have any body part, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, right, you cannot score with your hand. If your hand is offside, why is it called offside?
Yeah. And you know what? We'll get into this too after. I'll get into it too. Your hand should be offside because you can't score with your hand. I know it's a little too late to change the rule. That's why they kept it the same. But this is for next season. And I'm sorry, but if your nose hair or your elbow hair, or your arm hair is offside, you can't be offside. It has to be VAR is there to make sure the offsides are not clear and obvious. Okay, I get it, your whole leg and your chest are offside and your back leg's onside. That's offside. But if your nose is offside, you're really gonna call it offside? Like, you know what I mean? I was having this debate on even the handball too. The handballs are ridiculous.
Oh, we'll get into that later too, for sure.
Yeah, I was having a debate on Twitter with a couple of people, but not like an argument like, oh, you're this, you're that. I was just questioning why one handball. You know what? We'll get into that when we talk about the Coppa Italia. You know what? I'll give my opinion.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on. But yeah, there's so much to talk about the handballs.
Yeah, but give Verona credit, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they played a great game. It's a great side, and they got the win.
Pazzini, the old man.
Yeah, Pazzini, it never goes away. Never goes away.
It's a signature celebration. Every goal he does.
What a player, man. He's someone who's going to be similar to Luca Toni. Obviously not in like what they've done in their career, but just someone who with age, they still score.
Yeah. So. Pick him up for Italy. Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, we don't really have much options at striker anyways. Might as well.
Bring up Luca Toni too. Come out of retirement.
And just go over the other results. Spal lost to Sassuolo 2-1.
Caputo goal. Yes.
Brescia and Udinese drew. Yep. And Genoa defeated Cagliari 1-0.
Upset. Now, that's a big upset too.
Danny's time. Napoli, Lecce. Get into it then.
Okay. So, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where I'm sure to begin. But I'm just going to say this. How the hell do we go from beating Lazio, beating Juve, and then losing to Lecce? Don't get me wrong, Lecce played a phenomenal game. Probably their best game of all season, besides the 4-0 loss. The 4-0 win, to Torino. Lecce, you got my respect, honestly. No, I always joke around with you guys, but you got my respect. And we got a DM a few days ago by a fan. I'm not going to say it out of respect for his name. He wants to see me in a Lecce jersey. I'm just going to say this. If you can find a Lecce jersey for me, no problem. Just send it my way. I'll wear it for a day. But it's going to be hard for me to find a Lecce jersey. I could barely find Napoli jerseys. And I want to find a Lecce one. So, thank you. By the way, thank you for the interactions. We actually enjoyed reading that. I was laughing too out loud. But back to the game. Napoli, it seems like every time they play like a smaller team, I don't know, maybe it's the way, I don't know, Gattuso tells them, oh, guys, take it easy. They're not, it's Lecce. You can walk the whole game and stuff. We always play down to the level. Napoli, if they want to be a serious team and make it back to Europe, you have to play Napoli soccer every week. Play the smaller teams like you will the big teams. And first of all, we gotta stop. We have to finish our chances because we can't finish our chances for squat. We have so many shots and so many opportunities we can't finish. Lecce, they buried us. They had 3 attacks and they scored. That free kick at the end of the game, wow, what a free kick. Like, that was, can't blame Ospina for that, but it was a wonderful free kick. Napoli, they just gotta continue to play consistent soccer. If they can play consistent soccer, they could be a top 5 team in Italy any year. But when we play like a Primavera squad against Lecce and stuff, you gotta, like, you're kidding me. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the way Gattuso coaches. He tells them to take it easy, but you got to stop, man. It's ridiculous, and it pisses me off as a Napoli fan from seeing we can beat Juve and Lazio to losing to Lecce, and then coming out the next game, we beat Inter. So, I don't know. So, yeah, that's just my opinion on the game quickly.
Yeah, I just think it was a big loss for Napoli. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it was a big loss for Napoli, of course, because that's a match where Roma lost. Who else lost? I think Milan tied or something. Not even sure.
Yeah,
no, they lost. They lost to
Inter.
They lost to Inter. Juve lost. Yeah, just a lot of big teams ahead of Napoli lost.
No,
Cagliari lost too.
Cagliari
lost too. So that's a game where you have Lecce. I don't want to take any shots at Lecce, but they're not a team that you expect to be Napoli.
I'm going to stop talking about them like that's a joke. They're like the team that they were a meme. Like it's our inside. We have an inside joke. Us and our Serie A boys. I don't know. I said one day, I'm like, bro, you can't even beat the Lecce's Primavera squad. And from there on, it was just even when they were in Serie B, I'd say that it was just a joke. And now they shut me up. They gave my respect, Lecce. You know what? The little tree that could, right? That's his slogan.
Well, yeah, there you go. They even tied Inter. They tied Juve. They beat Napoli.
Sure, we need Cavani that day.
But it's just a team, right, where all these teams lose ahead of you, and you're like, this is a huge opportunity. We've had a terrible start to this season. We need to catch up. So it's a game that Napoli, if they won this game, we're playing Atalanta, so they could have been 3 points behind us, assuming we lose to Atalanta. So they could have been back in Champions League contention, and now that pipes them back again.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to have to just grind up these wins. They can't let games like that slip. Yeah, nothing else really to say about that match. Danny did well. Lazio came away with a 1-0 win against Parma. And now we're getting into Milan and Inter. So,
oh my God, what a game. Oh my God.
Honestly, there's so much that happened. I can't even recall all the events, but obviously everyone knows Milan was up 2-0 and Inter in the second half just demolished them.
They took Milan to school.
And I just want to say quickly, Ante Rebic is such a good player.
Yeah,
he's so good. His aggression, he's always running everywhere. I don't know what position he's playing. He's running everywhere. Left back, cam, he's going everywhere. He's a striker. He's a maniac. I love him. He's so good. He's good in the area too.
As the year went on, he got better and better.
Yeah, he's getting better and better every match. And he's finally getting time. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
He earned it. So that's good to see. Lukaku has been a machine this season. Not really much to say about that.
Yeah, he shoved me up. Oh my God. I remember at the beginning of the year, I'm like, Inter fans, relax. He scored against Lecce. He scored against this, that. I'm like, he just shoved me up. I'm like, maybe he's back. Maybe Lukaku's back. Like, to his old self.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been fantastic.
The link-up play between those two are incredible.
Yeah, they've been just great. Obviously, Zlatan scored. Brozovic is someone who is just Inter's heart. He's their engine. They run through him, and he's been great this season. Brozovic's been really good. Then there's Vecino, who just seems to score in big games, but there's nothing else in any other game. Such a strange player. But yeah, Vecino scored as well. And then you have De Vrij, who scored a really, really nice header off that corner. Really nice.
He scored again. He's another guy that scores in big games too.
Yeah, he's another one that scores in big games. Not a fan of him because of the Lazio out of it, but it was a nice header.
Every game, I remember I think it was last season or a couple seasons before. I think it was 2 years ago when he was on Lazio. He would always score Lazio's first goal, and we would end up winning the game 4-1. Like, I just remember it being funny. I go, so if next time Inter plays Napoli and De Vrij scores, I'm gonna be confident Napoli's gonna win 4-1.
There you go. What else did I say really about this match?
What,
Milan played well, not well the whole game, but they played better than they have been. Yeah, compared to this season, they've been better as of late. And we'll get into the performance later on against Juve.
Yeah, Conte credit too.
Yeah, he did really good. He was yelling the whole match like a psycho.
He motivated the team in the second half.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what a manager. That's the difference between having Antonio Conte and just some normal coach. At halftime, he can make that switch automatically. You can never count a team that Antonio Conte managed out, right? Because all he needs is that 15 minutes of halftime. That's all he needs. Just give him the 15 minutes and he'll get the team together. That's
Because he's passionate. That's one thing you like about your coaches. Passionate.
Yeah, and you love playing for him. So, that's just...
And let me just say something quick.
Yeah.
Inter, you gotta watch out, guys. You gotta be careful for Tardelli. Oh my God, he looked shaky that game.
He's terrible. No, he's just bad. He's not, he's not a good keeper.
I'm looking. I'm like, there's no way Inter doesn't have a better goalie than Tardelli. Like, there's no way. I don't believe it. Inter Milan, they lose Handanovic. Handanovic is 36, 37?
30. No, not 36 or 7. I don't think he's that old. Is he?
Yeah, he's old.
He's that old, really.
I don't want to say he's older than he. I think he's 37, like 37, 38.
I don't think he's that old, but I don't know. He had 35.
Oh, 35?
Yeah.
Oh, he's old.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that old, but he's like a fossil. He's been into for a while, but he's been important for them.
And they got a guy, Tommaso Berni. He's got more yellow cards for Inter than he does in Pearson's.
That's interesting.
And he's got one yellow card.
Huh.
And he's been Inter like forever now.
Inter's going to have to start looking to the future because finding a good keeper for years to come is not easy nowadays.
Yeah.
Not easy at all.
I saw reports that they could sign Emiliano Viviano. So that'll be interesting to see. Maybe as a backup option.
Yeah, as a backup for sure.
I don't know anything about Handanovic's injury. I don't know if it's long term or if he's just out for a couple of games and he could be back, like, say, in a few weeks. So, I don't know. As an Inter fan, I would pray that Handanovic comes back sooner. 100%, obviously, because you never want to rush a player back, especially a goalkeeper. But I would see maybe Radu. See if Radu could come back. Like, again, you just loaned him out, but your goalie situation is not the greatest either. So
yeah, honestly, I think paying the extra money to get him back would probably be worth it at this point, depending on the extent of the injury and the timetable. But overall, Inter, they did what they did. They won.
Yeah, they took care of business, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, and it's a tale of two halves, really. That's the story of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're going to move on to the Coppa Italia. And Danny, once again, take the floor.
Okay, so I couldn't watch the full game. I watched maybe the first half because I had to write an exam. But luckily, I finished the exam by the time Fabio Ruiz scored. And my goodness, was it a nice goal. Great build-up by Napoli, first of all. And just Fabio Ruiz, where was this where we needed you the most before? I'm not going to complain. A 1-0 win. I'm happy about it, but come on, man. You got to play if you could play like this every game, holy cow, you'd be one of the best midfielders in the world, maybe. But overall, Napoli played a really great game. Give Inter credit, too, because they had a lot of chances, and Napoli defended well. That's one thing I don't say often, but they defended well, keeping Inter one of the best teams in Italy, attackingly and just the way they've been playing, to 0 goals. It's pretty good. It's a good performance. I'm just happy with the way we played. Hopefully we can continue this momentum. at the Sao Paulo, I think in a few weeks' time, I want to say. And just get to the finals. That's one thing I want. Just Napoli to attempt to get a trophy this year at the Coppa Italia, Champions League, whatever. I just want to see a finals. And one thing I want to go off on too, maybe we can get into a little debate here. There's a play, I want to say it was Calcio that shot it. It went through the goalie and De Vrij, I think it was De Vrij that hit it off his hand. It hit De Vrij in the hand. Why wasn't that called a handball? I don't know. For me, a handball, like the rule is, technically the new rule, if it hits any part of your hand, it's a handball. So why was that?
And also in a unnatural position too.
Unnatural position. I get if his arm, he was trying to turn out of the way, move out of the way, his arms were down, but his hands was above, close to his shoulders. It's like he wanted to grab the ball and put it down for a free kick, almost like the way it hit. So I wasn't mad about why that it wasn't a handball, because there's a lot of new rules every day, and every day the rules change. But it's weird because Napoli got called for that many times. The first game of the season, when the ball hit Zielinski and Zielinski's hands were down, the only thing to do he could have done for the ball not to hit his hands was chop his arm or his hand off. That's the only thing he could have done, but they called it a pen. And they even checked VAR too. They checked VAR and they still said no penalty. So I don't know. And then I see the play a couple of days ago with Juve and Milan, where Ronaldo bites it into Calabria's hands, and then they gave a pen. For me, they gotta change the rule. They gotta make it, if it's deliberate, if they feel like it's deliberate, then it's a handball, or just keep it, if it hits any part of the hand, intentionally or non, it's a penalty. So they gotta change it, because it seems like none of the refs know what rule it is. The rule is. Every game I see, it's a different rule. So I don't know. That's just an argument that you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I feel like the handball situation in this, in the Serie A, and especially maybe even in the World too with VAR and stuff, I don't even know the rules. So maybe someone wants to explain why that wasn't a handball, but Ronaldo's was. Go ahead, feel free. I want to know. But for me, you either call it both a handball or call it none a handball. So I'll let you take the floor now, Enzo.
Yeah, so my take on the handball. So in my opinion, I agree with Danny. I think both were handballs, but in my opinion, the Napoli one where Calcio shot the ball, that was more of a penalty. And here's my reasoning behind that. So when you look at the Ronaldo penalty, right, you see that Calabria was coming down. Number one, he wasn't facing the ball. And number two, right, when you guys land, what do you guys do? Are your hands straight by your side like you're a soldier, or are you going to put them out to keep balance? Obviously, your hands are going to come out when you're landing. He didn't jump, or he was on the way down from the ground. That's a natural position, in my opinion, for a normal human being. When they land, they stick their arms out and they keep balance. Now, with the De Vrij one, that was a very unnatural position, right? Because he was already planted on the ground. His feet were planted on the ground, and he was running, and he blocked the ball with his hand. It's simple. That's a penalty.
It looked like it was about to hit his face, and he went to block it. That's what it looked like. I don't know. Yeah.
That one to me was a simple penalty. The Ronaldo one, I think it was a penalty based off the rules of soccer. And I guess you can say in soccer that is a unnatural position, but when someone's landing after jumping, usually you're going to put your arms out to keep balance. And he wasn't even really facing the ball either, so that one, I think they're both pens, but the Napoli one is much more of a pen than the Juve one. That's just my reasoning, Danny. I'm not sure what you think about that.
Yeah, no, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own opinions. That's fine. The one thing I don't get is why is it not consistent one day and then the next day it's they call it. It's like they changed the rule 24 hours. Oh, we messed up here, so the next time it happens, call a penalty. I feel like that's what goes on sometimes.
It just seems like the VAR is opinion-based. It shouldn't be like that. There should be set rules, and they should be public as well. People should know what the rules are. It just feels like it depends what the ref is feeling like that day. If a certain ref thinks that your arm's in an unnatural position this day, then okay, that's I can't talk today. Unnatural position. If you watch let's say Roma and Lecce or something, a random game, and his arm's another way, oh no, that one's not a penalty. I don't think so. There has to be one set rule, and that's it. Stick to it.
And you know what they should do too?
Yeah.
And then instead, I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at it as like a Napoli point of view. They should stop with these stupid silent checks. You know what? You're the referee, right? You're the referee of the game. Why are you letting someone in the booth tell you what to do? You're the ref. You're supposed to have the final say in it. Okay? So instead of going, no, let me silent check it offside. We don't know. We don't see it happening. Go to the VAR and you look. And they should have, I think the BPL has this. I'm not too sure. But they should have the replays on the screen so everyone knows what the hell you're looking at. Sometimes when you go to games, the fans don't even know what they called. Like what the ref calls anymore. Like they should have the VAR on the screen so the fans know what's going on. And they should let the referees decide. Not, silent check, don't call it an offside. Because you don't know what goes on. Like, I don't know. It's weird. VAR is it's a good concept, but doesn't know how to be used properly.
Yeah, and another thing, I think they should add audio to when they're speaking on the silent check so people can hear what they're talking about. Because I don't know if you guys watch the UFC, but at the end of each round after they're fighting, you can hear the coaches talking to the fighter. You know what they're saying. So I feel like the VAR should have what are they saying? Like, what are they even talking about for 5 minutes in the silent check? Instead of talking about it, why don't you go see it, like Danny said. Yeah. So if you are going to do a silent check, can we have the audio so we know what you're saying? Because it just seems, I'm not sure. I want to hear what they're saying because I don't know what they're judging their decision based off of. It's a strange situation. It's very con-like almost.
Yeah.
And I just want to the fans should be more involved in the decision. They should see what's going on. They should know what's happening. And there shouldn't be so many questions after every game. That's all I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, and one sport that does it well, in football, I know in football and hockey and basketball, they have a rules analyst. They have or football especially, they have the head rule guy go to the games and they say, okay, so and so they're telling the fans as just to update them. Okay, so now they're gonna look to see if the player maintained the ball with both feet on the ground and it should be a catch, whatever. That's what they have. That's what I like. And then especially now in the XFL, it's a new football league. If for any of you that don't know that Vince McMahon found it, it's not bad. But now you can listen to what the referee and the people up top are saying. So saying, okay, Chris, call this a catch because he had both feet in bounds. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, he was losing possession. They talk to each other. So so hopefully the Serie A changes it for next year because right now VAR is a disaster, man. Oh my god, for everything.
Yeah, it's all mystery. Such a mystery.
Yeah.
So we move on now to the Juve Milan match. We don't really have to get into the handball there. Ronaldo's second goal. Well, first goal of the game, but second goal of the match overall. So we spoke about that. Obviously, Ronaldo scored a penalty at the end. Milan, in my opinion, were the better team once again. I think they deserve the win. Theo Hernandez got a really stupid yellow card, in my opinion. The second yellow.
Ibra too.
Yeah, Ibra as well. But Theo Hernandez, to get that red card, he was already banned for next match, but still, to just get a stupid yellow and miss the last 20 minutes of the game, which is idiotic, and he should have never done that. But, overall, Milan, they were the better team. I feel like they had the better chances. Rebic was, in my opinion, man of the match.
Again, yeah, he was good.
He was fantastic. The goal he scored was De Sciglio. It was a mixture of De Sciglio and Buffon's fault. I feel like he should have saved it. But at the end of the day, De Sciglio should have never let that shot happen. He left Rebic wide open. It was just an awkward play, but Milan were pushing a lot up to that point. So I feel like that goal was inevitable.
Milan played good. Juve, they played okay, Juve. Actually, no, not really, actually. No, I meant they got, the result was okay. It was a good result for them, but they didn't play good, in my opinion. I felt like they got lucky.
Yeah, no, they did 100%. They did not deserve a result.
And you know what? I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this. Buffon, in my opinion, was Juve's man of the match. And
for Juve's man of the match, 100%.
In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe because I'm a Buffon fanboy. I grew up loving Buffon and whatever. I feel like Buffon should be the starter. because it's Buffon. He still has it, and it shows. He's only playing like a few games a year, but the games he's been playing, he's looked good in them. Especially this game, he made a lot of saves that like I was watching. I'm like, my God, this guy is 42, 43, and he's still making these saves. Like it's incredible to watch. And I feel like Szczesny's not the. I don't know. I don't feel like Szczesny's the right goalie for Juve. He makes a lot of stupid mistakes, like even off rebound controls, or just like in general. And I feel like Buffon should be starting these games. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking stupidly, but I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think Buffon should be the starter, or do you think Szczesny should be the starter?
In my opinion, I'd say overall, Szczesny's probably the better keeper. But I think it's based off preference as well because Buffon is someone whose positioning is much better than Szczesny's, but then Szczesny's reflexes are way better. So
yeah, but then again, it's the age too. If you think
it's the age. That's why.
Like
that's
Buffon was maybe if Buffon was like 35, 36, he would still be starting at Juve.
Yeah, Buffon in his prime with Szczesny now is obviously no match.
Yeah,
just based off right now, I feel like it depends what you prefer, positioning over reflexes or the other way around.
I think Buffon should start in bigger games. That's what I'm thinking. Because
they might look at that option.
Because if you look at it, Buffon's done it all. He's been in Champions League finals. He's won the World Cup. He's been in Euro finals, and he's always, in my opinion, he's played good. He plays good in these games. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I only watch for him, but he makes some saves. I'm still there. Like holy shit, he's making them. 42 years old.
Yeah,
he's making them.
Yeah, Buffon, I feel like he can play till he's 50 for like a decent level.
You know what? I'll still take him on Napoli, just for a year or so.
Yeah, Buffon had a great performance.
Man.
In my opinion, and your opinion as well, he's the man of the match for Juve.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Probably Juve's best ever player, arguably.
Yeah, you can argue that.
You can argue that. If you're going player, maybe they'll say like, I don't even know. Maybe Del Piero, maybe?
Honestly, I'm not like a Juve diehard, so I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not aware of their starters, but I'll let Franny and Joe. Yeah, Jessica and Joe can talk about that one.
Maybe we could do like a hot take one day.
Hot take. Yeah, one day. Yeah, guys, in March, I think the break, Danny said before the podcast, next break we'll talk about a bunch of the random stuff like that. Be a fun podcast. But, yeah, overall, not really much to talk about other than Milan is better.
Yeah.
Juve continue to struggle, and it's their midfield once again that was not very good at all.
No, not even close.
Their issues are pretty obvious. If you're watching the match, you don't have to be a genius to figure that out. Milan's been improving, and they got robbed in that game, in my opinion. And Theo Hernandez, that's just bad. That was a terrible red card.
And that's one thing about him too, that especially Madrid. I remember I was watching this actually. One thing about Theo Hernandez, his attitude and his mentality is not the greatest either. He's a hothead too. He could be a hothead too, and that's why he's not on bigger teams. That's the difference between him and his brother. Him and his brother, that's the difference. Lucas actually, he's got somewhat of a good head too, but Theo he's just a hothead. That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a hot. You can tell a bit. I'm not sure about his pass IQ, but I can just tell by his mannerisms that he's a little bit of a. I don't want to say cocky, but yeah, a hothead. I think is
arrogant. There you go. You can say he's a little arrogant. He's a little bit arrogant.
I'm not sure how he's off the field, but on the field he seems a little bit he's the guy of the team. He's the one.
He wants to be he's like the Dollarama version of the way Gattuso was.
Dollarama Gattuso.
Yeah, T-shirt. Dollarama Gattuso.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's our take on that match. We didn't really go into great detail on how the match actually played out. Not really much to speak about in that regard. I just think that Milan is a better team and Juve just struggled, and it looks like they're gonna continue that, but hopefully for Juve fans, when Chiellini comes back, they can just sort everything out. Yeah. And he makes a difference overall. Chiellini he's Chiellini. That's all I have to say. He's Chiellini.
He's the warrior. He's the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah, there we go. We'll move on to this weekend's matches, starting from tomorrow's game. Make some predictions, I guess, again.
Yeah.
Atalanta-Roma, I'm going to say 6-1 Atalanta.
You know what? I can see a 2-2 draw.
I wish. Honestly, guys, like, I'm a Roma fan, so I want us to win. But if you're being realistic, Atalanta is going to murder us. If we keep that high line, it's over. If we go back to our old defensive line, then I think we can pull off a win. But
Yeah,
we're playing
you guys
a
are
high
just in
line.
a slump. You guys are a good team, just slumping. I wouldn't worry if I were you, like Roma fans. They're just
I think
in a
just
slump.
the players too. We're missing. Diawara is so important to us. We need him back. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Cristante is not good enough right now. He's in
You
the
guys
four.
don't have that guy that calms the play down. You know what you guys remind me of? Maybe you can agree. You remind me of the way Napoli were playing earlier in the season.
No, 100% I agree with that.
Like a few months, maybe a month and a half ago.
When you lose Zaniolo, you lose the effect that give the ball to one player and let him do the rest. We lose that. That's a huge part of any team with a player like that, such as if Juve lost Ronaldo. But honestly, they have the money to back up. Douglas Costa's worth who knows how much.
Yeah.
So that's probably a bad example, but when you lose a star player, it's going to affect you. And Diawara, he was our midfield. He controlled the tempo, and he linked. Like I said before, midfield's one of the most important positions. I think it is the most important. And Diawara is what creates the link between the attack and the defense. So
yeah, he's a cool player. He's cool on the ball. Like he's nice, cool, calm. He slows the play down. He's a good player. I liked him. It's just too bad he was inconsistent at Napoli. Like he would play good a few games, and then he would play garbage the other. Like I like the kid though. He scored that goal I remember against Kiev. From there, it's strong bond.
Yeah, I love Diawara. He's our second best player by far, and I'm happy to see that his agent said today he's been working 8 hours a day to get back on the field, and
that's good.
I wouldn't rule out his return for next week or the week after. He'll be back sooner than later, so I'm excited. This might be the last game without him, so hopefully we see him soon. Moving on from the Roma game, we'll go on to the next game here, and that is Lecce Spal. Danny, what do you think?
You know what? Hey, Lecce fans, if you're watching, you guys are going to win this game 2-1.
2-1, there you go. I'm going to say...
But Battaglia will score.
Battaglia will score?
Yep.
I'll say 1-0 Spal with a goal from Battaglia.
There we go. And you know what I read about Battaglia too, just to get off topic too?
One thing I know what you're going to say, Belotti.
Yeah, apparently we bought him to swap him with Belotti. That would be interesting to see. That would be interesting.
That could be true. I'm not sure though. We'll see.
I hope it is, to be honest.
I hope it's not, because I love Belotti. I want him to Roma, but that'll be a good move.
Belotti's
that'll
good.
Be a good
I
move.
love him too. Yeah.
I love him too. Next we have Bologna-Genoa. I'm going to say 3-1 Bologna.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go 2-0 Bologna.
Bologna. Then Udinese-Verona. I'm going to say 2-0 Verona.
I'm going to go with Udinese 1-0.
1-0, okay.
I need the Udinese to win. That's what I need.
That's going to be an early game for us, 6:30 Eastern time. So.
You know, Napoli season's going bad when I want Udinese to beat Verona, so Napoli can pass Verona. But that's how good Verona's been too. So.
Yeah, honestly, it's a kudos to Verona, and also showing Napoli with the bad start they had.
Yeah.
Juve Brescia. I'm gonna say 3-1 Juve.
You know what? Juve are gonna struggle this game. I'm gonna say 1-0 Juve.
Okay. It's a fair result. Sampdoria Fiorentina. I'm gonna say 2-2.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Sassuolo Parma. I'm gonna say 2-0 Sassuolo.
Oh. I'm gonna go 3-2 Parma.
Oh, okay. Cagliari Napoli. That's a really good game. I'm gonna say 2-1 Napoli.
You know what? I'm gonna go. See, I hate predicting Napoli games because they never go the way I want them to. I'm just gonna say 1-1 draw for now.
1-1 draw. And then final match of the week. What is there a Monday game? Yeah, there is actually. Never mind. Final match is Sunday, Lazio Inter. I'll say
Ooh, it's gonna be a good game.
5-0 Inter.
I agree with you with the Inter win. I'm gonna say 2-1 Inter.
2-1, okay. I hope Lazio gets embarrassed. Milan Torino.
Eesh.
I think Torino's gonna keep on losing. 1-0 Milan.
I want Torino to win, but I know Milan's gonna win 1-0.
Nothing. All right. That wraps up our predictions. We're at the end of the podcast here. Anything else you want to add, Danny?
Nothing. Yeah. That's why I think of something as this.
Yeah, obviously the transfer window being closed and everything, not really much to touch on, except for the games.
Yeah, I could bring up Serie A stats, but then we'll be here for like another 2 hours.
Just one thing. I think next week the Champions League return, or the week after.
Yeah, I think it's next week.
Next week, yeah. So we're gonna have lots and lots to talk about. So yeah, get ready for that. Joe and Francesco should be back on the podcast next week, so be excited for that one. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot to say about Juve. So
yeah, they can win 5-0 and they'll find the littlest things to complain about. But that's why those are true fans. Like, you could win 4-0, and if they say, "Oh yeah, we won 4-0," who cares? The littlest things that you find and you could talk about, that makes you a true fan as well. Unless it's a perfect game, but God knows a perfect game never happens.
I don't think that exists, to be honest. It's rare. But they'll be back next week. This has been a good podcast. We managed to keep it a little shorter than usual. Under an hour.
Yeah, no big arguments.
Yeah, no big arguments, especially between Danny and Francesco.
Yeah, no Marat talk, so that's good. I don't think Marat, besides the sentence, I don't think Marat's name has been mentioned once.
Yes, there we go. He almost lasted the whole podcast fucking named.
That's okay. One day he'll see it and be like, "Oh, these guys actually like me. They talk about me all the time."
Yeah, unless they hear Francesco talk about him.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
You know what? We should talk about the Serie B goalies too. I gave respect for them now.
Yeah, we actually have a Serie B keeper who listens to our podcast, so he was messaging us on Instagram DMs. Let me just pull up his name real quick because I want to shout him out. Sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. Cremonese.
Oh my God. Yo, if you're listening, tell Garitano I say hi, okay?
His name is Alberto Paleari, and he's a keeper. Oh, no, my bad. Not Cremonese. He's a keeper of Cittadella. So.
What's his name?
Alberto Paleari.
He's playing right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, 1-1 at the half.
Okay, so he's playing right now. So I'll probably turn the game on.
Cittadella.
Okay, Forza Cittadella. Hope you guys get the win. Thank you for listening to this podcast. We appreciate it. Our social media, both Instagram and Twitter, are at 6@Calcio. Our podcasts are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you can get your podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere. Search up 6@Calcio. If there's a platform you'd like us to add the podcast on, let us know and we'll get it on there as soon as possible.
Don't forget,
we also have a YouTube channel. We also have a YouTube channel, 6@Calcio. Doing well. I think we have like 5 likes and 30 views, so we'll take that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for all the support. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
I was nothing but loyal to you and for the start.